Get ready to have your mind blown because I am back today with your monthly message and prediction that you were meant to hear. These messages and predictions have an extremely high accuracy rate, and you will likely be shocked by the results, as you'll see in just a few minutes. These are some of my most requested videos here on my channel. So if you do like these types of videos, be sure to quickly hit that little thumbs up button below so that I know to continue to make more of these. My goal is to do one per month, but if you like them, maybe I'll try doing more. So in this video, I will not only be sharing your message and prediction, but I'm also going to be sharing an exact affirmation and meditation to use based on whichever photo you chose. You'll get your message and prediction as well as an affirmation and a meditation to use. Now let's get into all of the details. If you've been here before, you know the drill, but just in case you're new, how it works is I put 4 photos up on the screen and I will give you an accurate prediction and manifestation message that you need to hear based on whichever photo you chose. And if you really do like these types of videos, there's a whole playlist down below called the Choose a Photo playlist. You can find more of these prediction videos and get all of your messages there. Feel free to binge on through all of those. And also, really quickly, if you're new here, I'm Mary Kate and I'm a mindset coach and manifesting expert focused on getting you transformational results. My whole channel is all about manifesting the law of attraction with meditations and more, where I share the tools you need to get the results you want. I post brand new videos every single Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe and also hit that bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Now, like I've mentioned in my other videos, this is not tarot, it's not any kind of psychic thing. This is actually based in psychology, energy, visualization, and interpretation. And like I also mentioned, you are going to be shocked at how accurate this gets. So here's how it's about to work. In just a moment, I will show you 4 different photos up on the screen at the same exact time. And here's the thing, without overthinking it or going too deep or going back and forth, you are going to choose just one photo. And that photo will be the message and prediction about what's about to happen for you. Got it? So just pick one, let it be really intuitive and trust yourself. I highly encourage you to start leaning into intuitively feeling out and deciding things. What do you feel called to immediately? Even if it isn't the prettiest one or the one that you like the most, what are you drawn to? Pick that one. It's not about what you like, it's about what you are called to. That's how you're gonna get the most accurate message. So here are the 4 photos, and again, just pick one, and I will tell you the message and prediction based on whichever one you choose. Here they are, and you have just a few seconds to choose. If you chose the first photo of the lines with the shadow, here is the message and prediction that you were meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation to start using. There is something that you are likely suppressing. There has been some sort of situation or decision or feeling that you've been pushing down over and over and over again, hoping that maybe if you ignore it, it'll go away. Maybe because you don't want to acknowledge it, or maybe it just feels better to ignore it or easier. But the more you push it down and try and ignore it, the longer it continues to last. It's time to let go of spending your energy ignoring it and bring it forth into the light and examine it. The more time you spend pushing it down and ignoring it, the more energy is wasted. So allow yourself a moment to look at whatever it is. Examine it. Notice why you have these specific feelings around it. Maybe you're scared of what will happen if you acknowledge it, or you have a fear of change or what might be next if you acknowledge it. But you deserve to be free from suppressing whatever this is. Acknowledge your fears, acknowledge your feelings of what's going on in the shadows, and move forward with clarity. And confront this from a very gentle curiosity, almost like the way you would approach it with a child. Being gentle with yourself and exploring what you're resisting, where this resistance came from, and what the fear is or what the feelings are, so that you can release it. You don't need to confront anything or do anything or take any actions, but by simply acknowledging this situation or thing and getting some clarity will truly help you feel so much lighter and better. You deserve to feel lighter and more free. Your prediction is that this month, you are going to start seeing white birds. Don't roll your eyes at me. I know. So many people give so much pushback, like, what are you talking about? I know it sounds crazy, but watch. Start noticing how many white birds that you start seeing. You're gonna start seeing them everywhere. Maybe it's in person or in a show or a movie or a card or a billboard or a commercial. It doesn't have to be like flying in the sky. You are gonna start seeing them all over. Just watch. And when you do see them, let it be a gentle reminder to be free, to be light, to release the shadows and live in the light. Be free. Free yourself from suppressing this thing that's been so heavy. And an affirmation that you can start using is, I release fear, I release doubt, I trust myself completely. And if you chose this photo, be sure to start using the healing meditation. I'm gonna leave a link up here and a link down below. This one is gonna be so beneficial for you. Now, if you chose the second photo of the clouds with the bubbles, here is the message and prediction that you were meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation to start using. Lately, you've been so caught up so deeply in your current circumstances, meaning all of your focus is just on what's happening right now, your day-to-day, your relationships, your job, your income, everything, all of your current circumstances. And it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and getting things done and focusing on the problems and tasks at hand and your to-do lists. But so often, being so tunnel visioned into current circumstances actually keeps you trapped in a cycle of thinking that the way that it is just the way that it is. But that's not the truth. That what is happening right now and the way that your life is right now is the way that it's just always going to be. It's time to stop focusing on the constant cycle of what is and instead start operating from possibility, from a perspective that anything and everything is possible for you, because it is. Don't limit yourself. Really go big with dreaming and deciding what you want, because it really is all possible. Nothing is written in stone that only certain things are possible for you, and the way that your life is just the way that it is. You decided that based on your programming, which then led you to your current circumstances that you live in day to day. Does that make sense? This is huge when you realize that the way that your life is right now, all of your current circumstances, they are all based on the programming that you held. And this programming is all of the things that you were taught, all of the things that you were told, what you experienced, all of that ultimately led you to your choices and decisions about life. This is huge. Because you can change your mind at any time and decide that you are meant for more, for bigger and better and greater than you ever thought possible. Life is meant to be lived. It's all possible when you decide. So dream bigger, believe in bigger and better, believe in bigger and better circumstances, and then slowly start to move forward towards them through lining up your thoughts and actions and behaviors. Decide that it's all possible and then embody it. Dream big. And your prediction is that this week you are going to start seeing tons of rainbows everywhere. I know that sounds silly or whatever, and you might be sitting there saying, no, I won't. But when you start seeing them, you'll be like, oh, okay, I promise. Really, I'm serious. Be on the lookout. They don't have to be like a rainbow in the sky. It could be a sticker, a billboard, a commercial, a book, a shirt. The possibilities are endless. But watch how often you start seeing rainbows everywhere. Hope you're into lots of colors because you're about to start seeing them. And if you chose this photo, the affirmation is more magic, more abundance. I am ready for my expectations to be exceeded. More magic, more abundance. I am ready for my expectations to be exceeded. And if you chose this photo, be sure to start listening to the brand new magnet meditation. I'm gonna leave a link up here and a link down below for you. Now, if you chose the third photo of the wave in the water, here is the message and prediction that you were meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation to start using. You either are currently in or have recently been in a bit of a difficult time. Things may have been or might feel right now a bit bumpy and turbulent. Maybe you are feeling like you just can't catch up or can't catch a break, and that you just keep getting pulled under over and over again. But the good news is that the tides are shifting and balance and ease are making their way to you. Things are really gonna start looking up, and it's about to get so much better. Not even just better, but things are about to get really, really good for you. There is a light at the end of this tunnel, and the support that you need is on the way. Right now, whether you can see it or not, things are all lining up energetically for you in the best way. So even though you have been in or currently are in this like rough patch, it's all about to be behind you. And what I want you to do in the meantime is Notice if you can take any lessons learned or experiences from this thing that you just went through. It doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be as simple as learning to be grateful for what you have, or a lesson learned in maybe trusting your instincts more. This bird is really into what I'm saying. But find the lesson, because there is always a lesson you can take with you. Why go through something difficult and not get any benefit from it? I always love the phrase, grow through what you go through. It's tough to say. Grow through what you go through. But truly grow through it, or it was all for nothing. Find the lesson and look forward to what's to come. Focus on that light at the end of the tunnel because you're almost out of it. Like I said, things are about to get really good for you. Trust it and believe it. You'll see. And stop waiting for something to rescue you, because you can rescue yourself. It all starts from within. Start identifying right now where you want more support, where you want more ease, and start to set the intentions of how you want to feel. And if you chose this photo, your prediction is that you are about to either get a phone call or an email or a text or some form of communication with the word love. Be on the lookout for it. And when you get this, even if it's just an email from a company or something, let it be a reminder that you are so supported always. Even in times of trouble, even when you can't see the light in the distance, there is always support available to you. And an affirmation that you can start using is, it's all working out in my favor. I trust the process and choose to feel ease and support. It's all working out in my favor. I trust the process and I choose to feel ease and support. And if you chose this photo, be sure to listen to the Higher Self-Guided meditation. I'm gonna leave a link up here and a link down below for that. And if you chose the fourth photo of the bridge over the water, here is the message and prediction that you were meant to hear, as well as an affirmation and a meditation to start using. Right now, you are way too caught up in the details of the way in which something that you want has to work out. Maybe you have it so clearly in your mind, the way that you think that this thing that you want has to show up, or when it will show up. But you are actually blocking yourself without even realizing it right now by holding on so tightly to these specifics. With manifestation, it's so common to get caught up with such specificity of how much money or what specific person and all of the things like that. When in reality, you could actually be limiting yourself by trying to get so overly detailed. What if better options or more was available to you? And that in getting so specific, you were actually limiting yourself by what you thought you wanted. Just something to think about as you move forward. What are you manifesting? And can you leave a little space for magic? A little space for more, a little space for better than you thought? How can you surrender the details and simply enjoy the ride? I get it. I'm super type A. I love details. I love them a lot. But over the years, I've learned that it's actually so much more easier and a lot more fun when you decide what you want, say this or better, and sort of lean back and allow it to happen. It's still co-creation. You still do your part, but it's more of a let's do this type of energy versus a this has to happen like this, I need it like this type of energy. Which one feels better to you? Let's do this, or like, ew, it has to be like this? Pretty sure let's do this feels better, because there truly are multiple possibilities and multiple ways that things can show up for you. And you really block yourself by limiting it to one specific way or a certain amount or things like that. So be observant of what you're manifesting and creating and notice, can I be open to more? Can I be open to better? Am I trying to control this? And surrender the how and the details and enjoy the process. Get into the let's do this energy. Enjoy the unknown. And if you chose this photo, I want to give you one of my favorite affirmations, because this embodies the energy that you want to be in. You can almost laugh when you say it. And the affirmation is, I don't know how or when, but I know that it will. I don't know how or when, but I know that it will. And your prediction is that you are going to start seeing puzzles everywhere this month. Yes, puzzles. Maybe images of a puzzle piece or a puzzle piece on the ground or an ad for a puzzle or a puzzle on the shelf. Just watch and see how it shows up for you. But puzzles will be all around you. I know sometimes these symbols sound so strange, but watch, you'll start seeing puzzles. And let this be a reminder that it all comes together. And you don't need to know how or in what order, it just does. It all comes together. Piece by piece, it all lines up, it all adds up. And if you chose this photo, be sure to start listening to the Surrender and Let Go meditation or the Manifesting Portal meditation. Your choice, try them out, see which one feels better, totally up to you. I'll leave links down below for you to try both out and see which one feels best or fits best or use both. So those are the 4 photos. Let me know which one you chose, if it was 1, 2, 3, or 4, and let me know if the message resonated with you. And then also come back when you start seeing your symbols and comment below and let me know how it happened. I love reading through these. I love hearing the results. I read through pretty much all the comments, so leave me a comment. And like I mentioned, if you want to watch the other videos and predictions like this one, you can click the link in the description box below for the Choose a Photo playlist. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. You can also find me over on TikTok and Instagram at mkmagicmindset. And if you want to learn more about me, my programs, how to work with me, and more, you can visit my website at mkmagicmindset.com, and I will see you in the next one.